Hey guys, first regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a Death Watch buff to Xenophase Blade build for the Assault class in Space Marine 2 Patch 12 using Furious Strikes, Wings of Flame, and Commitment. Now, Assault this patch, he is a top tier class for sure. He was already in like the S tier in my opinion, but these days it is just undeniable. This guy is kind of on crack now against both Chaos and Tyranids. The perk here, Commitment and Furious Strikes, is just such a ridiculously powerful combo, and on top of that, he also has a perfect animation cancel whenever he jump pack dashes. And what that means is, if you are locked in animation and you use your jump pack dash to dodge at all, you will just cancel out of whatever you're doing. So it is super good in a clutch situation. It will save your life all the time. And it's also usually free because Furious Strike says hitting an enemy with an attack after a jump pack dash restores jump pack ability charged by 1, cooldown is 10 seconds. All you have to do is just cancel with your dash and just hit one guy with a dash attack. Doesn't matter if it's like a Majoris, a Minoris, or anything. You will just get back that jump pack. Really great for like a pinch, and a cooldown of 10 seconds is pretty much nothing. And really, the skill cap in this class went way up this patch, and he is super fun to play, if like a bit harder on this build. Now, for the weapon here, the Xenophase Blade also got buffed up and now has a slightly higher base strength. They upped it by 10%. They did this mainly because the other balanced weapons got buffed, and this one would have been left behind, and that would have kind of sucked. And now it feels way better as well. The heroic perk effect here is called Ancient Technology. Power rake waves are wider and deal 20% more damage. This is already a pretty good option for like an overcharge build, because the 25% multiplicative damage increase of this perk will affect your power rake, which is a very strong damage increase on top of that. And now with this base damage increase, you will start to like two-shot a lot of enemies in the game. Now, for the perk tree, I do take Armor Strength first, moving here into the perk Master of Offense. After you switch to sword combat style, you will deal 20% more melee damage for 5 seconds. The cooldown is 10 seconds. This perk is really good for getting off like one free 20% boost on a power rake, because usually in Space Marine 2, when you're using the power sword, you will do a dash attack, or you do like a jump combat switch into a dash attack, and then immediately follow up with a power rake, and that is enough for a 5-second period of time to do like one power rake with this buff. Pretty good synergy there. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength, and Perpetual Strength for a 10% melee damage buff. Then I pick up Tranquility into the perk Melee Onslaught for a flat 10% melee damage buff. And then we grab Hard Target, the perk here Cutting Edge for 50% more damage on our power rake. And then I grab the perks Extremis Slayer, Majoris Slayer, and Terminus Slayer. And then I pick up Power Restoration, though you could pick up Speed Restoration. That is up to you. This is just like up to preference. Both of these just double your CHP recovery on the respective weapon type. So, you know, that is up to you. That's pretty much all there is for the Xenophase Blade. Now for the secondary weapon here, I do take the Raven Guard Champion Skinned Firepower Standard Bolt Pistol. Why? Because this weapon has suppressed sound effect and it sounds really cool in this patch, which is why I wanted to use it. And we are building for a Raven Guard Deathwatch after all. And for the perk tree here, I go down the bottom tree first for Great Might into the perk Retaliation. After a perfect time dodge, you will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. We are a Wings of Flame build here, so using this perk is just super useful for us. Though if you want to go up here for like better flat damage, you can. You can go all the way down into the perks like Divine Might, but I do think that this one's a little bit better for our build here. Next perk is Iron Grip, up here into the perk Gunstrike Reload. And then we take the perk Increased Capacity, because our ammo reserves are not like super amazing on this option without this. And then I grab the perk here, Headhunter, into the most important perk, Elite Hunter. After killing a Majoris level or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots will deal 50% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, all you have to do to actually trigger this is just get a melee finisher on an enemy. You don't have to actually melee kill them. It will work for both though, and also you have to have the secondary equipped to actually trigger this, but on the assault that doesn't really matter because you don't have a primary, so it's pretty much just up all the time after an execute. A really amazing perk. This perk kind of carries the bolt pistol in general, so definitely pick it up. Next perk is Headhunter, and the final perk is Extended Magazine. That's all there is for the secondary. Now for the Assault perk tree, I do start off with something a little bit more dangerous here than Armor Reinforcement, which is the perk Overcharge. Damage from held and charged melee attacks increases by 25%. This is one of the best melee perks in the entire game. It's a 25% multiplicative melee damage bonus to like some of the heaviest hitting attacks in the game, and especially with the Xenophase Blade, you are all about the power rakes with Ancient Technology, so buffing those up is super damn useful and it stacks very well. And at the moment, you can hit a ton of guys, even on Chaos and Tyranids, for a tremendous amount of damage with this perk. It is my preferred in the Xenophase, and it's really damn fun to use. Now, if you do take this perk instead of Armor Reinforcement, because this one is still totally viable, you can still use this versus Chaos and Tyranids and be just fine. But if you don't take this one, I would definitely pick up Defense Mechanism like I did, because having a slower CHP fade will just make it way easier to just stay alive and not lose HP, especially when you don't have any armor bonus on. Next perk here is Active Attrition. Enemies hit by damage from melee attacks, executable, sprinting, or dashing take 25% more damage for 5 seconds. This is just a free damage debuff on the enemy. So basically what happens is when you do your lunging attack on a jump pack dash or like a normal dash attack, you will then apply a 25% damage taken debuff on the enemy for 5 seconds. That will also affect gun strikes, so pretty good catch-all here. But if you want to take like the perk here, Knowledge of the Enemy or Perseverance, you can. They're all decent options. Next perk here is Strategic Strikes. All teamers deal 20% more melee damage against extremists and terminal enemies. I would say it's really between this perk or Proven Efficiency still for a 30% increase in your gun strike damage. Both are quite good on this build. I just want to go for full melee on top of Active Attrition into my power rakes, which is why I picked this one up. Next perk here is pretty much mandatory in my opinion with Furious Strikes. This perk is brand new and it is godly. This is one of the best perks they've ever added to Assault. It may not be the easiest to use for some players. I do think the perks like Smiting Angel, Zealous Blow, and Pride and Duty are an easier combo for most. But if you are comfortable using Wings of Flame, if you know how to use the jump pack dash properly, this is by far the best option. It lets you go jump pack positive even, because basically, if you use the perk here, Commitment, which says a perfect time dodge using a jump pack dash for jump pack's ability charged by 1, you will be able to then go into a jump pack dash attack immediately off the free jump pack here, which means you are now up effectively 1 jump pack for like 2 total charges, which is very, very strong. And that allows you to do things like go back into a ground pound and just kind of like cycle back into this. So really good for Wings of Flame builds. And now they are just a godly combo, and they're already pretty damn strong. Next perk here is Wings of Flame. A jump pack dash damages enemies' launch trajectory and always works as a perfect dodge when dodging an attack. This perk is just free damage against Majoris, Extremis, and even bosses. You don't have to take this perk if you don't want to, because Furious Strikes and the perk down here, Commitment, do work on their own, but this perk does just make it way more effective and far easier to pull off, so kind of a no-brainer for this build. Next perk here gives you 30% more damage for 10 seconds on a perfectly timed dodge using a jump pack dash. This is just a free damage catch-all. It is nice for your range damage and melee damage, and does help out against bosses and stuff like that. And Pride and Duty and Diligence still work on this build. I just think this one's a bit better. And that's pretty much all there is for the perk tree setup here. Now, for our prestige perks, so number 1, Unyielding Oath. When charging a ground pound, you become invulnerable for 3 seconds. This perk will save your life all the time. It pretty much makes the entirety of your jump pack ground pound invulnerable, because you already have iframes on the landing. If you have iframes on the trajectory as well, it's pretty damn hard to die the moment you go up, so definitely pick this up. Now, in patch 11, we would take Adrenaline Boost, but in this patch, we're going to be taking Hammer of Wrath instead. Now, this perk got added to the Prestige perk tree this patch here, and this one says, after using your jump pack, you will take 30% less range damage, and you don't lose control of heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back for 15 seconds. This one is up pretty much 24/7. It will trigger off a jump pack dash, not just like a ground pound, so you'll pretty much have this up all the time, and that makes Adrenaline Boost completely redundant, because you'll have no knockback active from this for even longer, and I pretty much always pick this up, because a 30% range damage reduction for free basically is incredible in this game, and this one will save your life, especially versus Chaos. Now, the next perk I take here is Fortitude. Health increases by 15%, because health increases in Space Marine 2 are very valuable. And the final perk is up to you. You could take Scramble Targeting or Practice Aim. Practice Aim is pretty good, that's what I took here, but Scramble Targeting will up you to like a potential 50% range damage reduction, which is incredible against Chaos. So if you want to do that, you definitely can, but that is up to you. That's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Xenophase Blade feels way better this patch, which I'm very happy about, because this weapon was like dangerously close to falling off, and it just feels significantly more powerful than it did previously. And hopefully this build guide helped you, and as always, guys, thank you for watching. Here's some gameplay of this build in action, and take it easy. Bye. Oh, and that's my luck.
Scarab accounts were naught. Jump back.
Not too bad in this class though, but still. What's your favorite assault weapon right now? Fury Strikes and Wings of Flame, probably. Oh, you mean weapon? Well, probably Power Axe. The best is definitely the Power Fist. Though Thunder Hammer is also really good. W Xenophase. Wings of Flame is just so satisfying in this game, though. Right. I might get another boss spawn up here. HG, thanks for your news videos. Keep me up to date and get me excited to keep playing the game. Just like the recent news video on patch 13. I'm glad they could help.
We are approaching your besieged bastion.
Make haste, lest your tardiness lead to the harm of our blessed vessel.
Extermination has come for this mutant.
Why does it always look like it's a piece of cake for you? Well, I mean, True Solo absolutely isn't that bit bad anymore when we used to play in the first place, but it's not always. I don't know how you'd be playing Total War 40k. What do you mean? Please, what kind of sentence even is that? Oh, you mean the title of the stream? It's also just a joke. Though I do know people who play Total War 40k already. What's your favorite Darktide class? I'll give you one guess. What could first Tour Guardsman's favorite class be in Darktide? The world may never know. Ogren, of course. Right, what difficulty is this? Is absolute. I should use an Ogren Gun Lugger Enjoyer. Oh yeah. I actually am, now you mentioned it, but it's not my favorite class in Dark type. You're not wrong, pal. You're not wrong. You get stepped on. See, that's a fucking power fist. Not our weak pathetic is. Or what pathetic version would I say? I don't know. Cracknade?
We cannot preserve
They're like that.
vehicle with such a meager number of troops.
Talassa is not there to provide you with protection. They are there to prepare that battle barge for flight.
It couldn't possibly break free of Demarium's gravity in its present condition.
We only require that it reach the enemy vessel and destroy it.
Okay.
The engine should provide sufficient lift.
This should be the last, or these are the final 2 boss triggers in the game.
There's no charge to start the ship's reactor.
We shall supply the spark for you to kindle the vessel's heart, Technos.
There is a fusion that will be used to awaken the reactor, but it too will require charging from our power plant. Those areas of the facility are compromised due to the volatile nature of the fusion battery. Safety protocols prevent it from moving without an attendant. Lead it along the tracks to the junction station.
Ah, perfect.
The abomination is no more.
These little fucking cultists everywhere, huh? Oh my god.
Jump pack refuel. I am no engine seeker, but these tracks seem misaligned.
There are several consoles for managing the tracks nearby. You must perform the appropriate rites
Wow,
of alignment to
big
achieve
fuck
the
up.
desired geometry. Assuming they possess the ability to extrapolate accordingly.
Surely the Ultramarine screen that includes for reasoning and spatial awareness.
Considering this plan of theirs, I have my doubts.
Slay the corrupt Terminator for the Imperium! I am airborne ready. Scarabs wicked and deceit. Avenging. Send Gilman's regards to Cradle Planet. I am airborne ready. I scatter your foul silts to the winds of time.
Oh, right.
Together we
You're pretty sure Zambit only has a few hundred hours of Space Marine 2 and he's an amazing player. Well, that's because Zambit's like an actual pro gamer.
Jump pack refuel.
Like, there's a pretty big difference between people with gamer egos and people that actually compete in tournaments. Or actually, I don't know if Zambit plays professionally. I know Xenophase does. He's one of the best team players in the world. He has competed multiple times. And he comes in Occasionally. I moved on from Space Marine 2 pretty quick because he got bored. Yeah, we're forcing them back though. Zambit will come back. I actually talked to Zambit yesterday, matter of fact.
The heathens failed against the silent.
I told Zambit they should just upload challenge ring content for games because they are cracked.
has blessed you with an abundance of power.
Zambit also has like 5,000 hours on Doom Eternal, or this would be Doom Eternal multiplayer, not even Doom Dark Ages.
It does not take a Lucas to
Why
see
does Zambit
this
aim skill
act of
exist?
desperation.
Defend the fusion battery unit.
Where it all comes from. You try to play with that jump pack dodge build and you can't get used to it. It is the best build, but definitely takes some time to get used to. A pretty high skill cap build. Rip Zambit. Zambit will be back. They said they're down to play Siege when the patch comes out. Well, monster parades start here.
Chains of the war in freeze. A twisted horror comes our way. A twisted rear carrier awaits. We as a nation. Don't touch me. Defend the fusion battery unit. Avenging angels.
Okay. That one stagger. I kind of was that a Zangor spear or was it the plasma? Something staggered me into that.
Defend the fusion battery unit.
Riveting.
Victory goes to the righteous, not the proud. I scatter your foul silks.
It was the Hulker plasma. That sounds about right. If you get like nicked by anything when you're in there and you get staggered at all, you're pretty cooked. We're gonna lose all that HP. That's okay though. It's probably the hardest part of all this. We're already charged up the battery anyways. We'll keep the crack nade just because it's really convenient for getting rid of sorcerers. Ow, ow, ow. Rubik Marine spam is fun.
The Imperium's hammer rises to strike. The jump pack review.
Is it better for Siege? No. Zealous Blow is still best in Siege mode, but just because Zealous Blow scales up so much in Siege. But you still take Commitment now in Siege. Commitment's like the signature perk Commitment to give you a perfect jump pack dash back and a perfect dodge. You just always take that in every build for Assault now. It's ridiculous not to. Because your jump pack dash will animation cancel anything you're doing, and that's just too valuable. It should be a passive in the game, to be honest. Like, it's ridiculous that you have to pick a signature perk that's just way better than all the other ones. For a new Vanguard build, can I use something other than balance? Use whatever you want. The weapons are probably the least important part of all that. You can use fencing if you want. That'll also work. It balances better.
Let that betrayer's path. That was visible light. Rise for reinforcements at easy. Avenging angels. Smooth.
Do you feel like Precision Strike is a bit behind now? Absolutely, cause. And I'll tell you why. Let me tell you something, Red. John Bernthal impression. The thing about Furious Strikes is it's just too good. So like Furious Strikes and Commitments should just be based into the Assault Kit because they're too valuable. It's just how it goes. Like getting free jump packs is just too good in Space Marine 2 not have.
Send Gilliman's regards. Great.
Granted, Synaptic Shock should be nerfed next patch. That would be nice.
Slay this hellspawn.
Saber decision not doing a PTS for this patch is pretty good. Might enjoy this patch more. They're free. It wasn't because they didn't want to do a PTS. It's because they had a time constraint. They had a deadline. So they skipped the PTS this time. Because Tech Marine came out later than they expected. That's the whole reason there's an updated roadmap. But I think it's better for the game overall.
The fusion battery.
God, I have a newfound appreciation for Titus. His receding hairline makes mine look way better by comparison. Yeah, but like, you just get more powerful in 40k if you're bald, or you become a heretic. It's just how it goes. Not everybody can have Leon Kennedy hair, okay?
Defend the fusion battery.
The updated roadmap can't come soon enough. It's coming in the community update next week. The community update's supposed to be like 15 pages long. We just get in the thing. All the little cultists running around.
0.01% and rising.
Okay, we got up here a normalized frag. Alright. I'm gonna rid of these bombs. I'm feeling dying.
Almost there. What is
Roughly.
your status?
The sleeping giants will soon awaken.
Hold for our signal.
Let's jump back to you.
Alessa, transmitting targeting signal now.
Your signal barely registered, but I read.
Your data is proximity to target.
I am airborne ready.
Reactor is primed for ignition.
The vessel is ready. May this machine's service be forever remembered.
Sword of Atrius, primed and locked in.
Lock target now.
Bridging signal data through telemetry systems. Numerous errors detected due to signal interference. Calculate trajectory.
Okay.
I scatter your foul silks to the winds of time. I am airborne ready.
The shattered ship becomes the Saber.
An instrument of the machine god's wrath.
I'd say that went pretty well. Assault Wings of Flame, daring today, aren't we?